Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with the winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Saturday edition of Today in Sports Betting NBA. This is video one of three, so buckle up, kids. Well, Scott, I get to eat my official serving of crow as you and I, for the first time on our plays of the day, went head-to-head. I tried to make a little bit of a hero play, thinking that somebody would step up, have a big day, and that was not the case at all. This one trended under the Toronto Boston game, of course, what I'm talking about. And it was absolutely the way that all the other games have gone, the way that you predicted. I will certainly give you your props right there. Nice hits. Sometimes those heroes try to jump from building to building, and about halfway there, they realize there is no way in hell they're going to make it. And that's the way I felt with this pick. So well done,
since both of us play poker, I believe you can agree that the hero call occasionally works. Most of the time, you're just handing over chips.
Yeah, that's right. You've already calculated in your mind what your stack is without that last.
I know he has the straight, but I have to call. I have the straight. All right, cool. See you later.
There's a saying about that. It says, they're going to go home broke, but they ain't going to go home curious. And that's what happened. Tried to make a little bit of a hero play. Didn't work out. That one.
That was kind of the only thing I was really sweating there was overtime, because that game was dead under from the second quarter onward.
Oh yeah, no question about it. And we took a couple of brutal beats on our premium side. We had the.
I'll let you rant about those, because
I will. And actually, I think most of my premium players probably cashed this ticket. I officially capped it at 215.5. I'm talking about the under in the first game. And I believe you told me what they put up 11 points in the last 29 seconds to bury
something like that. Yeah,
just could not miss a shot. Could not miss a three-pointer on either side of the ball.
You needed 62 or less in the fourth. You got 63.
Yeah. So, like I said, I capped that game early. I think probably a lot of my players actually had a push, or maybe even eked out a victory there, 216.5. But officially, it was a loss. And then I had Toronto plus 2.5, and son of a gun, if we didn't have a shot there at the very end that we probably didn't deserve. But it had a pretty nice look for 3 points there, and not so much. So if we have the wrong game where they made 3-pointers, and then on the premium side, again, I can make any pitcher into an all-star. Luis Castillo had been very, very average and below average as a pitcher for the Reds. Tonight he was absolutely dealing. Gave up 1 run in like 6 or 7 innings against the Cardinals. We had the Cardinals over the Reds. Wainwright had been a stud all season long. Gives up a 2-run homer in the first inning to Joey Votto, and that's the difference in the game as the Cards dropped the game 3-1. So 3-0 yesterday on the premium side, 0-3. Feast or famine, guys. There's no middle ground with Scott's premium play. So Scott, we're going to talk about this basketball game here.
I wonder which game. I wonder which game.
Want to rant about something else about the other basketball games?
I was going to say, I'm wondering what game we're going to talk about today. There's so many games on the card. I don't know what we're going to pick. But no, once again, the Clippers proved that once they go up double digits, they take a nap. I know the Nuggets were roughly 13-1 on in-play in some spots. So if the Clippers are up double digits, and you're trying to find some value there, I remember back in the day, I can't say really back in the day, but a year ago, 2 years ago, whenever the Warriors were down double digits, you would just look at the money line and go, oh, they're going to win this game anyway. Doesn't matter. And kind of the inverse has happened here, where the Clippers, they go up double digits, and if you're looking at a potential 9-1 payout, 10-1, odds are they're going to take their foot off the gas at some point. So just keep on the input.
At one point, because I thought for the premium plays, it really came down to taking the Clippers -8 or the under, and I went with the under. And at one point, I was thinking, man, that under looks good, but the -8 looks really good. Was kind of kicking myself for not taking that. And
well, then Morris got into a shoving match with Paul Millsap under the basket, and then Millsap went for 13 points in the third, and he kind of woke up the Nuggets offense.
Good Lord.
Jokic was so good in that fourth quarter.
It
wasn't even his shots were just going in. They weren't hitting rim. They were just all nothing.
Another guy just couldn't miss. 7'9" shooting from beyond the arc, just couldn't miss. So
Jokic had, what do you have? He only had 22, but in the second half he was fantastic. I think he had like 5 points at the half, but he had 22 and 14. He was very good. Murray was awful, but they won anyway.
Yep. And the other one with the Toronto and Celtics, I was kind of surprised. I really thought Nick Nurse would have them ready. I thought they'd have a little bit of a change of game plan.
I said going into the series that I thought Toronto would win in 7, so I couldn't back out of my prediction before the series when it actually goes 7 games. Was
Yeah.
I surprised Boston won? No, because offensive firepower-wise, I thought Boston had more options and Siakam kind of vanished.
Yeah,
I thought
I think
Toronto would pull it out anyway, but I'm not surprised that Tatum went off and then nobody on Toronto really could step up offensively because they just don't have the talent.
yeah, that's we've talked before about when Siakam goes in the tank, and you can't have your guy, you can't have your man be Fred VanVleet. You just
Toronto
can't.
didn't, yeah, they never the go-to guy. I know Lowry fouled out, but he wasn't great either. Van
No.
Vliet wasn't great. Siakam wasn't that good either. I know Marc Gasol played like 13 minutes today, was a negative 20. So shout out to Gasol over there. But no, Anunoby didn't do anything either. I mean, if you want to break down Toronto's offense, they had no idea who was going to get a quality look because nobody could really create quality looks.
I was surprised how many big rebounds Boston pulled down in the middle of the trees.
Well, Tatum took over. Tatum proved he's pretty much a superstar. He went for 29 and 12, 29, 12 and 7, and he had that huge offensive rebound on the missed free throws by Grant Williams. I was shocked Grant Williams was playing the final 2 minutes of the game, but he played well defensively. But yeah, offensively, you knew that the Celtics could rely on either Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Kemba wasn't great, but still Kemba, who made a big pass to Williams, who missed the free throws anyway, but still. You knew who you could trust late in games, and Toronto didn't have that luxury.
Yeah, they didn't. They didn't have a go-to guy, and like I said, Lowry was out. So here we go, Scott. Rockets and Lakers. I've got a premium on the total, so I'll dive into the side. And I
don't know where I'm going with this game yet. So yeah, we'll figure it out.
You know, this is it's one of these teams that you just all of a sudden they're still there. That I really think there's a lot of similarities between this Houston team and this Denver team. They're a team that on paper is outclassed. There's no way they should be doing it with their kind of junk offense.
Well, define doing it, because they've kind of gotten beaten, I'd say, decently badly over the past 3 games.
Yeah, but I mean they've been they've won more than I thought they would. Put it that way.
You thought they were going to get swept?
Oh yeah, I didn't think they would.
I had Lakers in 6 going into the series. The truth is, it's a spitting image of the first-round series between the Lakers and the Trailblazers, where Lakers lost game 1, took a nap, and then after that, they're going, oh, wait a second. We have LeBron and Anthony Davis, so we can just destroy anybody whenever we want. All right, cool. Yeah. So for the sake of the series, the question is, do you think Houston has already peaked in game 1? I know Daniel House will not be there. In the bubbles, he got sent home, even though he wasn't going to play anyway. Definitely hurts their bench. But in terms of Houston lately, I think all signs trend to the Lakers. I don't know if you're going to agree with that notion, but as of right now,
you have to. The problem is the Lakers have pulled away late in each of the last 3 games, and they haven't been covering after 3 quarters. And
that's not true about Game 4. They were killing in Game 4, then they almost blew it. Then they came back. Then they ended up winning 10.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they at every point in the 4th quarter, Houston was beating the number.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, it's not –
I mean, the Lakers were killing them for 3 quarters before they took out all the starters, and then the wheels fell off, and then they ended up rallying to win by 10 in Game 4. So that game wasn't close. Like Houston made it.
Right. They should have – they had a comfortable lead the entire game, but that was down to 5 points with about, 6 minutes left?
Yeah, about, give or take.
So, I mean – they had come just about they got to the number. We had it at 5.
Yeah, I think it was like 4, and then Caruso hit the 3 in the corner, and then the game was pretty much over.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That game swings on Caruso, hitting a crucial 3-pointer. So
yeah, I'm just saying based on how
the series ahead of me on the list of who you want taking your big shots.
Based on how the series has played out, there's no way I can take Houston here.
You can't.
I can't do it.
You can't. But you would not be surprised at all if Houston were able to beat this number. Now. Here's the thing, Scott. I don't think they beat the number. I think if you want to play Houston, play the money line. Play the money line. They're either going to beat them or they're going to give up. I don't see this. I don't see this game being close.
I kind of agree there. I'm leaning where I want to go play of the day to a player prop, as I told you before, which I'm not going to disclose. But the way that I see it, the Nuggets had the resilience to come back from 3-1 before. They end up going down early in the game against the Clippers, and the Clippers take their foot off the gas, and you knew that the Nuggets at some point would probably make a run to make it close. I didn't think they'd take the lead and that they would lead most of the 4th quarter. I didn't see that coming, but they came back. The issue you have with Houston, with Harden, who completely checked out of Game 4. He was nowhere to be found. He went 2 of 11 from the floor.
Right.
And the question is, if it gets tough for Houston early on, which it has over the past couple of games, do I think Harden, Westbrook, and everybody else in the team are going to double down and go, we're going to, this is our last stand? And I think Harden and company are going to fold.
They check out.
And they're going to fold. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think
if you're a Houston fan, then you can prove me wrong there. I know Westbrook will always put the pedal to the metal, but the issue I have is with Harden's psyche, and historically speaking, when things get tough, he quits. And I feel like you can't really argue about that.
Well, if he's hot early, if he's feeling it early, then it could be a different game.
Could be. I just remember him in Game 7 against Oklahoma City, and he was the worst player on the floor besides the block against Dort.
I understand. He's just got to be engaged, and he's got to be hot.
Do you think he's going to be engaged for a full 48? Because I don't.
If he starts hot, I do. If he starts hot. I'm saying assume. No, time out. Let's assume that the Lakers open up a 10-point lead in the first quarter. He's done.
You think he's done? I do too. But I'm asking in general.
If he has 10 points in the first quarter, I think he has over 30 for the game.
Okay.
All right.
I can agree with that.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, in good conscience, I can't take Houston in the number. Like I said, if I was gonna have any interest at all in taking Houston, I'd take them at plus 220.
I think the issue that I have is that the Lakers ended up going smaller in the last game. They put Markieff at the 4. They put Davis at the 5.
Right.
What adjustments can the Rockets do? They're going small no matter what. What are they supposed to do?
Yeah, they can't.
That's the point. I don't know what type of buttons D'Antoni can push. You're looking at Nick Nurse and Brad Stevens, and how they were constantly having a chess match on which lineups to rotate, whatever.
Right.
What are the Rockets going to do? PJ Tucker's going to play center. Covington's going to play the power forward. And Westbrook and Harden are going to be taking the majority of the shots.
That's really all you can do.
What are you supposed to change?
You could – I guess in a perfect world you could have made House part of that equation, but –
I'm saying he's not there. So you –
I know, but he hadn't been getting any minutes anyway. So
correct. But I'm saying, you're going to put Ben McLemore over there? I don't know what you're supposed to do. You have a bunch of small guys who are going to get killed by Anthony Davis and LeBron on the boards anyway.
Yeah, agreed.
Plus, Rondo's taken over the series.
Yeah, they for the first time in the playoff game, they doubled them up in rebounds?
Something like that. I'm not surprised. Houston got out-rebounded by the Lakers. Not the Lakers, the Knicks earlier this year by 40, and they still almost won the game.
I want to say they out-rebounded them, 32-16, although that seems low. But
for the sake of this game, I'm going to lean to the Lakers, and I'm going to surprise you here. There's been money on the over, but I'm not going to take the full game over. I'm not interested. I'm not going to take the full game under, because of late game free throws, etc. I'm going to go first half under. Okay. And the main reason there is I think the Lakers have completely figured out Houston offensively already. I think Houston's offense is basically cooked. And the only time they had success in the last game was when the Lakers took their foot off the gas. But I expect the Lakers to stick with the smaller lineup. I think Houston's going to be rattled again offensively because they've been lost for about 3 games. And the Lakers like to play half-court style, and I don't want to deal with free throws at the end of the game, etc. So I'm going to go with the first half under as a lean.
Okay. All right.
I'm not sure what that number is, though. Let me see what I can find.
I don't know, man. It troubles me that the Lakers have.
It's at 110.5. I'll lean to the under 110.5.
The Lakers have averaged almost 59 points in the first half of their last 5 games.
Yep, I'm just saying. That's my personal lean.
Right.
I'd rather deal with the first half holding the full game total. So
Fair enough. I'm going to have a play on the full game total, but for this one, I'm going to take. I got to take the Lakers and lay the points. I think.
And as for my play today, I'm probably going to stick with this game, but we'll see.
Okay, good enough. All right, that's 1 down, 2 to go, buddy. We'll be back and talk about baseball here on the next video, so don't go anywhere. Don't you go anywhere either, Scott.
I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, make sure that everybody gets by and stops and checks out winnersandwhiners.com for deep dives into not just this NBA game, but every game going on in America every single day, college football, NFL, baseball, et cetera, et cetera. So for myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at winnersandwhiners.com, have a great weekend, everybody. Hope all your plays are good ones. Hope you cash every single ticket. And, we'll see you next time on Today in Sports Betting. Take care, everybody.